Hey, what's going on? Hey, this is the CEO, founder of Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group. I'm the evanwrekn, and I changed it up a little bit so it's a little bit more interesting, and for audience retention. And assignment is Google, parting ways with China, because of these different types of what's it call it that I've involved. Okay. So Google dipping off on China by evanwrekn. Yeah, Google. Google is an entity that, you see that Google, Chrome, Gmail, Maps, music and Drive and all that stuff and Play Store and all that stuff. Quick plug. We developed a app called Crypterium. It's a cryptocurrency to fiat pay mechanism to pay for groceries and stuff like that, gas and pay bills. You know what I'm saying? But you can put Bitcoin on your phone and you can buy things. It'll change the Bitcoin over into cash purchases. And it's called Crypterium and it's on Google Play Store. So go and download your copy today. Yeah, but enough. Google, that's Crypterium on Google Play Store. Recommended by evanwrekn. Yay. So thank you. Yeah, Google, all of those components right there, Google leaves China, and I'm gonna break this down in the different perspectives. And first is the utilitarian perspective. The utilitarian perspective is the greater good for the greatest number theory. Meaning that Google being in China, who be benefiting the most, and the people who don't benefit, does it outweigh the people who will benefit? And it's a big thing because Google stores and saves and analyzes and breaks down in percentages and analytics. It turns people into numbers. What they look at, what they think, what who's emailing them. Google it changes society into a pie chart or something. And that's a big, I think that's a big thing in China is, maybe they don't want to feel like they're up for observation. What the Chinese watch on a daily basis. They don't want to share, saying who's emailing who and all that stuff. And, that's a big concern for the secrecy. And the large number of people being satisfied here, are the, being a part of this, will there be a large number of people being satisfied? Who will be being satisfied from this? Or Google or the Chinese. The Chinese is only a percentage of what the world population is divided amongst in ethnicities and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The large number of people being satisfied here. So, I think they're concerned that it's not Google, the one who's the large group that's being satisfied or something, and who's being ignored. You know, uh, yeah, information is king. You know, ad placements. They probably don't want to be looked at as a profit margin. You know what I'm saying? So, you never know. So Google leave China. On the rights perspective note, free speech, basic human rights and entertainment business decisions. Free speech is good, but you can still use those free speeches and you can still cause trouble, something that's probably not welcome in society, or what if it is a bad speech and it is welcomed by society, then you got a problem, and yeah, basic human rights, China might not be into our whole business model, as far as Google go, and and on the entertainment business decisions, as being a executive slash rapper slash number one in dopeness in America, entertainment business decisions, is a very large percentage of like the world business as a whole, because entertainment is anything. A restaurant is an entertainment business, somewhere where you go to be entertained and be out of the house, and it takes you out of life and it's entertainment. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, emailing, is business, but you can email about a bunch of things, but still, it's entertainment when it cuts down the time of doing actual deeds with this type of technology. Google Play Store, apps, video games, and like even doing this whole report, the entertainment business is very big. You might not know it, but it's very, very, very big. And so, the rights of, the Chinese, you know, uh, a lot of these things could be affected. I don't think China really has a policy on too much freeness in speeches. And I'm not sure, what goes on in China, but hopefully the basic human rights are being satisfied. And like I said, the entertainment business decisions, the reason why I say entertainment business decisions is because you'll have somebody like Alibaba pop up, open sesame. You see what I'm saying? And yo, you know what I'm saying? And two, the entertainment side is you might not want these people knowing about your business plans. Whether it's China, don't want us to, we can use Alibaba here, I think, but I hope so. But you know what I'm saying? They might want to, sustain their own economy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the entertainment value in a whole situation like this. But Google is, Google, a lot of Google's entertainment. So the fairness perspective, since Google bounced, is the entertainment business, you know what I'm saying? And the stakeholders' interest and the fair decision. You know what I'm saying? The stakeholders' interest is like the people who's put it like this. You got your upfront money and you got your profit. You need your upfront money before you make your profit. You see what I'm saying? So the stakeholders' interest is who gets you to even get the work done in the first place, and they get percentages back for that stuff, and that's entertainment business. The influx of money, inflow of money. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep all that stuff together. And even with a fair decision, hopefully everybody's getting fairness out of this. But I hope China is happy. I hope China. You know what I'm saying? Uh, there's the entertainment business aspect, and then there's actual diplomacy and politics. And with this, I just want to stay within the constraints of this fairness perspective. Google bounce. The Chinese might not think it's fair to have being pried upon on their information, and nobody's saying prying. I'm not saying prying, and I don't want to piss Google off, and I surely don't want to piss China off. But they might not want every single move they made recorded. you know. So is that fair? Hey, we'll give you this system, but if we can break down your people into numbers and what you like to eat and learn all about you, and this whole artificial intelligence situation is like way up there, and it's changing like daily. Artificial intelligence is like the study of the human mind. You know what I'm saying? What makes you go? What makes you sad? What makes you happy? And Google is, I think, is going to be one of the pioneers within this type of business. So, China might be like, hey, buddy, now I don't know, what I'm saying? We might not be feeling that right now. Talk to us in about, what I'm saying, a little bit time longer. And Google dipset. And that's slang for bounce, yo. Google dipset. Google left. You know what I'm saying? China, because they didn't get agreed with, what Google was trying to do in China. And from the common good perspective, the effects, like I explained already, China might not be wanting, you never know, each country, continent, or whatever, they must remain strong within itself, self-sustaining. We could do trade and barter, and what I'm saying, you got tariffs and all this stuff, and what I'm saying, you got all that type of stuff. So those effects can wide range. You never know, man, what could happen from Google being, and I don't know, they might be concerned that Google answers to somebody else. Who that somebody else is I don't know. I don't work for Google. Google worked for me. So Google, you better be good, bro. And it's a big concern, the long term. You know, hey, what would we look like in, in 100 years from now? You know, a lot of these companies, Sony, Warner Brothers and stuff, them companies been around for a long time. So those people have plans instilled within the company that, somebody get up there, they got vice presidents, they got lower levels, they got janitors grow to the presidents and ideas, and then the owners, and then independent film companies and stuff. And they really built these companies for the long term to be like, I mean, Walmart, those guys, you get the point. Short term not so important, but short term is way more fun. And so the community, since Google Dipset, slang for bounce, the common good perspective, it should be a positive, for the community, I mean, Google being there, that I think that all is a part of the negotiations. Hey, you're here studying us, donate some money to the We Chinese aspire to be as dope as evanwrekn fund. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the common good perspective, and we're throwing around a lot of loose terms like basic human rights, free speech, the community, short term, long term effects. You know what I'm saying? And bounce.com. And Google ghosted China. And from the virtue perspective, did the entertainment business decision elevate any individual virtues? I don't know. That's a difficult question to even answer. Perspective and virtues are two different types of things. The Chinese might be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We don't want people like studying us like we're lab rats. And versus we are like, yo, it can all be better for all of us. You know, if you want a burger, I'll give you a burger advertisement, every Thursday at 6:30, and you'll get your burgers until you have your burger, we'll give you cool pictures to see those burgers. And they're like, man, I'm so virtuous. I want to eat healthy and be vegan or something, you know what I'm saying? And eat soup and be like deliciousness. And if I want to think about a burger, that's up to me. I don't want nobody psychologically coercing me to, what I'm saying, whatever. So, what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of this AI, it's artificial intelligence, what I'm saying? Psychology, psychiatry is one of those gray areas. And some people can't stand that. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know. I never asked a Chinese person, can they stand it? But hopefully they're happy and they're prosperous and they continue to grow, as a people, as a country. And I wish them all well-beingism. And yo, like me, evanwrekn, a billionaire, and I put down there the moniker, what would Jesus do? But I changed it, say, what would Evan do? What would evanwrekn, the CEO, founder of Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group, do in a situation of, what I'm saying, Google in China? If I was the owner of Google, which I'm not, if I was Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group CEO and I had to get involved with facilitating a deal behind Google and China, I would be like, yo, uh, I just go give them all a hug and say, look, man, you know, I just give them all a hug and say, what's up, man, and just chill. And go, go drink a couple brewskis and talk to some hot Chinese chicks and give them high fives. And be like, you know what I'm saying, man, y'all open up a company and do like Alibaba, man. Y'all do your own thing. Man, China got their own system, man. They got WePay, you know what I'm saying? And yo, that's what I did. What I did was invest in a company that made wallets for cell phones that you could put Bitcoin on your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? They got this stuff like in China already, but it's not Bitcoin to cash to purchases. I mean, you could go put cash in the bank and then do that, but put the Bitcoin on your phone and then take your phone and go do your buying to those ports that you tap and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what you see. What I'm saying that's what you know what I'm saying. That's what I invested in, and I'm going to do business with China, but on an investor's note. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying, our portfolios here is very heavily diverse. I mean, heavily invested into Crypterium, and that's a company that will do business with China, Russia. We're doing worldwide business pretty much, and we're like doing business with like they got these contracts that 241 million businesses, online and brick and mortar businesses. You will be able to walk in there with your cell phone after you put cryptocurrency on your phone, and you can make purchases and pay bills. Any store that has that, where you do Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, we built on top of that. So, we're better than PayPal, and we're better than Ripple. So you hear those guys a lot in the news. So, you know what I'm saying? So I would really I understand why China would not want to Google there. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I would just go really just say what's up, visit, and for now, I would just make friends, you know. Uh and because I strongly believe in a system of you make friends before you need them. It's not a big deal if Google doesn't get into China. There's other deals to be made. And as far as I can see, China, those people out there are well made and well put together. And you know what I'm saying? And any disagreements amongst the different communities, y'all find peace within yourself first before worrying about someone else. And that's my report on Google leaving China. And in the end of that, I respect China's decision. No Google in China. And if they do get Google there, then I guess there is Google in China. So go Google China.